What is up, YouTube, and welcome to Jiu Jitsu. It's Tracy again, and today I want to talk to you about something that will seriously inhibit your improvement in Jiu Jitsu. Excuses. Now, before we get started, for the sake of the mysterious algorithm, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed already, and hit the bell notification to see more videos like this in the future. Moving on. Everyone has heard someone at some point in time, or maybe you've caught yourself saying something along the lines of, man, you're strong, or dang, you're so fast, or wow, you're athletic. Man, you are so big. On the surface level, these sound like compliments, but in reality, they're just excuses. They're a way of discounting your opponent or your partner's technical ability and easing the pain of your broken ego. Because what it comes down to is you just got smashed or you just got submitted. Maybe you didn't even get submitted. Maybe you just got dominated positionally, or this person just gave you a really tough round and you just want to repair your pride a little bit. There's still excuses. This wouldn't be a meme if it weren't so common, and oftentimes these comments are directed at bigger or stronger individuals from obviously smaller or weaker individuals. When you break it down though, this is just a mentality. And personally, I've got myself falling into this habit as well when I'm frustrated that I got beat or I got crushed by someone that I feel like I'm better than. I feel like I should have done good against. For example, a bigger lower belt or another purple belt that I got promoted before. Whether it's a verbal comment or just a line of thinking in my mind, falling into this bad habit is just a way of taking away the responsibility that I have or my own accountability for the fact that I just lost. It doesn't help me learn. Really though, it's easy to make those excuses as a smaller individual because what it comes down to is that Jiu Jitsu has weight divisions for a reason. MMA has weight divisions for a reason. Size, strength, athleticism, even young age, these are all physical advantages. If you take a 150-pound man and have them fight a 200-pound man of the same virtually identical technical ability, the larger person is usually going to win because it's an advantage. But that's why we do jiu-jitsu. Technique conquers all, right? There's a reason that I wore this t-shirt. Nobody cares. Work harder. What you lack in size, strength, athleticism, whatever your most commonly used excuse is, you make up for in technique. That's why we keep training, to get better, to make up for those things. I've been in a seminar with Kyle Terra. He's a big-time world champion, black belt world champion. I've been in seminars where he'll roll with 75 people, and he won't be doing full rounds. He'll be rolling until a submission occurs, and then he'll move on to the next person. Now, out of those 75 people, probably 65 to 70 of them are bigger than him. He's not a big dude. But because of the huge gap in technical skill, he mows through them. None of them are world champions, obviously. But at that point, his technique has by far made up for his lack of size, his lack of strength. He has overcompensated for his physical disadvantages, and he's good at jiu-jitsu. Now, I'm not saying that you should make it your goal to dedicate your life to jiu-jitsu and become a black belt world champion so you never get beat up by a bigger dude ever again. But what I'm saying is technique makes a difference. So if you want to be bigger individuals, you can't make the excuse that, oh, they're just bigger, they beat me. You gotta show up and train to make up for that disadvantage because there's no changing how big you are. To a certain degree, I mean, you can lift weights, but if I'm 5'5" and I try to build enough muscle to make up for this person or to match this person that's 6'5", at a certain point it's not possible. But technique can always be improved. Personally, my goal is to pick out the toughest rounds in the room, right? The big, strong, technical guys that are gonna give me tough rounds, because the more that I roll with these people, the more mat time that I have and the more experience I have dealing with those disadvantages. I'm gonna find ways to work around them, whether it's strategic, whether it's technical, certain positions, and eventually I'm gonna get better at minimizing those advantages that they have and maximizing the opportunities that I can use against them. But that ability to learn in those situations, that's not there if I just make excuses, if I just tell myself in my mind that the only reason they're beating me is because they're bigger, because they're stronger. I don't go into it with a learning mindset if I already believe that they're better than me because they're bigger. They may be better than you. They may be better than me. But if I believe that, I'm never gonna improve. So a lot of times after I'm done rolling with these bigger, stronger individuals, I'll think about it, like, How did I get my guard passed? How did I get smashed? What position did I do the worst in? What could I have done differently to avoid getting my guard passed, or to avoid getting swept and ending up on bottom? How did they submit me? If I look at my personal mistakes that I made in the round, and I look at, my opponent's good decisions or technical choices, then I'll be able to analyze that and see, okay, I'm going to do this differently, I'm going to do that differently, and then my rounds get better. So what I'm trying to say here is that subtle excuses aren't worth it in the long run. You're not giving your partners and your opponents the credit that they deserve in beating you, and they don't help you learn. You're not going to improve if you keep that mentality, even if they do make you feel a little bit better when you get smushed a bit. If you watched to the end of the video, please, again, like, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and comment down below what excuses you guys have heard on the mats. Appreciate all of you, and with that being said, stay consistent, go train.